So let's go for lecture 3. In this lecture 3 we are okay, I'll start the camera. So in lecture 3 we are going to start with one of the types, and as we know that we can have different types of PDEs. So in lecture 3 I'm starting with Lagrange's linear equation. You remember when we were solving ODE, there also we had Bernoulli equation, Leibniz equation, some special forms were there, linear, non-linear, blah blah. So here also one of the form which is very fundamental, from here only everyone starts PDE, that is PP plus QQ is equal to R, where P, Q and R, the capital people, P, Q and R, they can be function of, this P can be function of X or function of Y or function of Z or function of P, function of XY or YZ or XZ or XYZ completed. Means this function, this P can be function of XYZ. Same way this Q can also be function of XYZ. This R can also be function of XYZ. Okay, it means suppose P can be e power XY, P can be x square plus y square, P can be x square, y square, z square. I mean, you understand, P, Q, R, they all can be function of x, y, z individually or separately, right? Full freedom. But this small p and small q, you know, they are the derivatives, dou z by dou x and dou z by dou y, right? We will understand how to solve these type of problems of Lagrange's linear differential equation, partial differential equation, by using example. So suppose I am taking example, this yq minus xp is equal to z. So first thing, you have to rearrange the question like Lagrange's linear equation. Now one more thing, I told you whenever question comes in GATE exam, always try that can we solve that equation directly by integration. So answer is no. Why no? Because here this p and q, they are separate and their meaning is also different. If you will differentiate, if you will start integrating, then with respect to which one you will integrate first, and one you will integrate, other thing will become more worst. Like if you integrate for p, q will become more worst, like that. So that's why this case itself is a separate case, Lagrange's linear equation. So we have to rearrange. So how should you rearrange? Your question format should always look like this, and coefficient of this small p means, coefficient of this small p means what is the value of small p, dou z by dou x, right? This should always be capital P, and then you should write dx by, you can see here I have written dx by p. Then coefficient of this small q is capital Q, that you should write always below dy, and then in the last you have dz. This is your step 1. So in our question, if you see, coefficient of p is minus x, coefficient of q is minus y. So this guy will go below dx, this guy will go below dy, and this guy will go below dz. So that is step 1. So I wrote step 1. After writing step 1, first two you solve together as group 1, next two you solve together as group 2. Okay, so in group 1, you see first two I have collected together. What is this? Now this became a simple mathematics. From here this PDE and all concepts gone, it is simple mathematics. This is telling you that integrate your left side term, that will become minus log x, and integrate your dyy, that will become your log y. And of course when you integrate in, an answer comes in log and log, then constant will also come in terms of log. This kind of thing we have discussed properly in ODE. So log a you can write as one constant here. In same way here log b you can write as one constant for group B, group 2. Okay, so dy and dz, when you integrate, log b will come. So now we got two constants. These two constants we have to remove, okay, from our PDE. If you want to remove two constants, then this equation you rearrange, and from here you find the value of a value will be xy. Same way you send this side, y by z will come, this will become your y by z, b value. So we got our a value also and we got our b value also. Once you got your a value and b value, then you can write out your solution in two ways. Either you can write like this, f a comma b is equal to 0, where you have to substitute a and b values. This is one way. See, you can see I substituted a value as xy and b value as y by 2 is equal to 0. This is one way to write solution. Other way is to write solution is a value is your xy is equal to put a function and then write b value. This is another way. Okay, So we saw that when we were solving, so in my solution we got functions. You can see fy we got, and you can see here also fy, two solutions we got. Either you consider this one or you consider next one. Means what? We are getting solution in our answer. Now how will you find out values of those functions? That you can do if boundary condition or initial value is given. Now second question I have chosen. You can see in second question, what is your first job? This is in the format of Lagrangian equation. How? You can see P is written here small p, Q is written here small q, and this total is, so coefficients first you understand. What is the coefficient of P? Coefficient of P will go below dx, that is nothing but y square. Coefficient of Q will go below dy, that is minus xy. So minus xy will come here, and everything in the right side will go below dz. Then again you do grouping. So this became your group 1 and this became your group 2. So group 1 and group 2 you write down separately. So in group 1 these two things will come and y will get cancelled. Only this much will be remaining. You integrate, you got one constant c1. In my just before question I wrote a as a constant. Here I am writing c1 as a constant just to give you variety. You can write a also, b also, you can write alpha beta also, you can write c1 c2 also, anything is fine as a constant. And then in group B x will get cancelled and whatever is remaining you just, the way I'm integrating, you integrate that, you open, you'll be getting your separate constant c2. Again you got two constant. So two ways to write the solution. Okay, you know both the ways. Either you write like this, function c1 comma c2 is equal to 0 and c value is x square by 2 plus y square by 2 and c2 value is this y square minus 2 y square minus 2 y square something. I think I had done some mistake. It should not be like y square minus 2 y square, otherwise it will subtract now. Oh, 2z hai, 2yz. This is not square, this is z. This is y square minus 2yz. You can see it is written here. C2 value y square minus 2yz. So this is one way to write the solution. And now check your notebook, what are the steps you have noted down. Okay, other way is c1 is equal to fc2 is another way. Like there I wrote f a comma b just before this question, if a comma b is equal to 0 or a is equal to fb is equal to 0, a is equal to fb. So two ways are there. So second way I'm writing here c1 is equal to fc2 like this. Done. Then now solve this dx by p, and note, I have given one note. To solve this kind of pattern we got in both the examples today, this example and just previous one. So this kind of format we are getting. To solve this kind of format, some people use method of multipliers also, but for GATE Aerospace exam you can skip this, just go for lecture 4 now. Okay.